Welcome to Shauna Simone Yoga. Hi Zara.
Hello.
Hi Zoe.
Hi.
How are you doing today? Good. How are you doing today?
Good.
Okay. So, welcome to another episode of Shauna Simone Yoga is a life hack. So, the girls have no idea what we're doing. They're like, Mommy.
I don't know what you dragged this into.
I know, but I never steer you wrong, do I? No? I ever steer you wrong? No. All right. So here's what I thought we would do. I was at a conference last week, and one of the vendors gave me this journal, and I opened it, and on the bottom of every single page is a quote, is a saying. So I thought we would each read one and maybe have a discussion around it.
There's something like that in my calendar for this year.
Yeah? Were they positive affirmations?
Yeah.
Does everybody know what an affirmation is? Do you know what an affirmation is? Okay, so an affirmation is usually a positive saying. Something perhaps you want to invite more of into your life. Whether it be better health or sustained health, wealth, strength, some of the very things that we pray for when we say our prayers. Yeah? And so what these affirmations tend to do is if we write them, you know how sometimes we take soap, or in you guys' case, you take my expensive lipstick, but we'll write messages on the mirror. What that does is, even though we're not looking at the mirror all day long, it's almost like we leave an imprint in our brain. So we can use these affirmations to set goals. We can use these affirmations to stay positive. We can use these affirmations to stay or remain happy or become happy. So let's go. Who wants to read the first one? Okay. So you know what? You take the book and just open it to any page, and it'll be random.
Smile more. Science shows us it releases
Serotonin.
the happy hormone and can change your whole mood.
All right, so read that again, but read it louder because we're not using a mic in today's episode. So I want to make sure that everybody hears these words.
Smile more. Science shows us it releases the happy hormone and can change your whole mood.
So let's talk about that. Do you think when you smile, even if you're not in a happy place, Zara, that it could put you in a happy place?
Yeah.
What do you think, Zoe?
I think it really depends about the mood you were in.
Mm-hmm.
If something can make you smile, then you definitely change your mood.
Absolutely. So let's think about this. Let's say you're upset about something, right?
Yes.
But Zara comes along and she does something funny, or she says something funny, and you don't want to laugh, because you're upset. But because it's so funny, you can't help but laugh. It changes your mood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, because what happens is smiling and laughing releases serotonin, and it switches our mood. My mother used to call me, and she used to say, sometimes I'd answer the phone and she says, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing, Mommy, nothing's wrong." She's like, "Then answer the phone with a smile in your voice." I'm like, oh, kind of rubbish is this? But it's true. If you smile, even if you don't feel like it, what it does is actually it brings on a real smile, and it brings on a much happier mood. So you open the book to any page, and read out loud. Project, baby, because we're not using a mic today.
Set a small, manageable goals to enjoy the reward and feeling of your accomplishments, and grow from there to feel
Engaged.
engaged in all aspects of your life.
So I'm going to repeat that just so that everybody can hear. You want to repeat it? Okay, just say it louder though, baby.
Set small, manageable goals to enjoy rewarding feelings. Yeah, why engaged in all your aspects of your life.
Right. So let's talk about that one. Set small, manageable goals to enjoy rewarding feelings of your accomplishments. So what is the one thing I ask you girls to do about when we're in school and it's a school year and there's homework? What is the one thing that I consistently say to you? Do you remember about how to manage schoolwork? I know on summer break, I know the might have forgotten. But okay, so I keep asking you to do a little bit every day. Don't not wait until last minute when it's a huge burden, especially when it comes to your projects, right? If we chip away a little bit each day, it becomes manageable. So that's what this affirmation is basically saying, is to set small, manageable goals to enjoy your rewarding feeling of your accomplishments.
Daddy would tell me to set like at least one goal every day, so that if you don't get anything done, you can at least get that one thing done and still have moved forward in your day.
Oh, I love that one. You remember what your father told you, but you don't remember what your mother. Just kidding. Anyway, I really, really like that one. That is good advice from Daddy. So set one goal every day that even if you don't get your complete to-do list accomplished, at least you got one goal accomplished, right? I like it. Thank you, Daddy. Keep giving advice because that's what Zoe remembers. All right, so the second part of that is then grow from there and feel engaged in all aspects of your life. So I think that's kind of what you were saying Daddy's telling you to do, because then you still feel accomplished in getting at least one aspect of your life done, yeah? All right, so I'm going to randomly pick one. Let's see. Okay. I mean, that was a good one, but get more out of your lunch break. Ask for workers to join you. Building genuine relationships with colleagues help you grow personally and professionally. Oh, how true is this? And you guys can think of this in terms of school mates as well as friends that live in the neighborhood, right? As I read this, I remember, I don't know who told me this or if I read it, but it basically said, don't eat with people that you don't like because you're gonna have trouble digesting your food. But on the contrary, if there are people that you like and enjoy spending time with, get more out of dining. Europeans do a really good job of this, is they dine. They don't just eat while they work or eat while they drive. You okay, baby?
Yeah.
What they do is they dine with family and they dine with friends, and they are savoring each bite and they're chewing their food and they are engaging in conversation and they're with their loved ones and their friends and their family. And this provides for a much better experience when you're eating. So can we, Zoe and Zara, make a commitment to each other that as much as possible, our meals, we will dine together, we'll put our phones down, we will turn the TV off, we will engage in conversation and interaction, looking at each other, chewing our food, digesting our food with the people that we love and care about?
You kind of have to chew your food to eat.
Well, that is true, but chewing meaning, I think we're supposed to chew each bite 23 times?
23 times.
I certainly,
something times.
right. Do you know what that does?
It grinds up the food so that you don't have trouble digesting it.
True, it grinds up the food so we don't have trouble digesting it. What else do you think it does?
I don't know. I have zero idea.
Okay, so here's what it does. If you chew your food longer, yes, you're gonna grind it up more so it'll be easier to digest, but it will also slow down that intake process so that our stomach brain gets a chance to send to our brain the message that it's full before we overeat. So if we chop and swallow, we're shoving so much food in, we tend to overeat. So if we chew our food longer, it will help with easier digestion, absolutely. But if we chew our food longer, it will also slow down that eating process so that it will help not to overeat. All right, do you want to pick another one? remember to talk loud. Read loud. Delirious.
Cold and flu germs love to lurk on the copier buttons. Don't forget to wash your hands after using shared office equipment.
Or school equipment for that matter. Yeah? Okay, good. So, and then what should we do? What is the one thing Salema asked you to do when you get home right after school?
Wash your hands.
Right. Do you know why she asked you to do that?
There are more germs on the school doorknob than a toilet seat.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So washing our hands regularly is important to keep those germs away so you don't bring them home on yourself, to yourself, or to your family. Yeah? Okay. All right.
Grab a coffee with someone new at work. Healthy relationships at the office can lead to more positive work culture.
All right, so this book is referring to office, but this could be applied at school too, right? When you go to lunch at school, do you sit with a new person sometimes, or you always sit with the same people?
No, I changed my seats a couple of times during each semester
Okay.
because there are 2 tables for every class,
Mm-hmm.
and you sit with your 3rd period class, and there are like around 20 to 25 students in every class,
Mm-hmm.
so you can kind of sit with a bunch of new people.
Okay.
But usually, if your 3rd period class isn't an elective, there are a lot of people who are in the same classes as you for most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I knew this because a girl who I was friends with during school was in 5 of my classes.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that she wasn't in was band, and everything else she was in with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would sit with her since she was the person I was closest to.
Mm-hmm.
Many times, but sometimes I would sit with other people and talk around other people.
Right. It's good. Do you think it's a good idea to sit with somebody new? You learn new things about another person, as well as maybe there's somebody new to the school, and so you can help that person feel welcome. Or there might be somebody going through something sad at home, and because you sat next to them and talked to them and maybe brightened their day, it helped to cheer them up. Yeah.
In my class, there was this long lunch table, and there would be like certain people in the back, certain people in the middle, and certain people in the front. Me and my 2 friends used to switch it up. We used to sit in the front, middle, and the back. Usually we sat in the back because the back was the funniest and we like to laugh while we eat. But we also sat in the front most of the time. In the middle, we didn't really sit at, but we still sat in the middle.
All right. Yeah.
I did that in 5th grade with September and Sabina. We'd always alternate where we'd sit. Most of the time we'd sit in front or in the back.
Yeah, mixing it up is fun. Yeah, good job. I'm proud of you girls. And then also just, I want for you to go out of your way to recognize when somebody might be sitting alone or is alone, and just make that person feel engaged. You know, it might just mean sitting next to them. They might not want to talk, and that's okay, but just sitting next to them so that they know that people care about them. Yeah? Okay. All right, let's see. This will be the last one. You talk the talk, now walk the walk. Take a stroll around the office and try for a pace of 100 steps per minute. How fast is that? I don't know. But, so this is basically saying get up and move, right? Staying seated too long basically is being compared to the new, they're saying it's an equivalent of smoking. It's a new smoking. Sitting all day long, we sit in the car. We live in South Florida. There's a lot of driving everywhere. We don't necessarily walk a lot. So sitting still and not getting up and bending and stretching and walking and running and exercising is starting to take a toll on our bodies. So Do you, Zoe, think that it's important to be physically active?
Yes. Well, Zara was at a sleepover with one of her friends once.
Who said you could go to a sleepover? Anyway, go ahead. We'll address this.
Daddy and I went to Deerfield, I think it was, and we were going to the pinball museum.
Yeah.
But we stopped to go eat first, and then we walked to the beach, which was like half a mile away, and then we walked back, which was a mile before we went to play with the pinballs and saw the museum.
Awesome.
Spent 3 hours
That's
playing
awesome.
on a pinball machine.
So first of all, I didn't even know there was a pinball museum. So I bet that was fun.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you and your father for going for a walk because I'm sure it was a beautiful scenery. You were walking to the beach. Hopefully you engaged in conversation with each other and you weren't staring down at your phones.
I didn't even have my phone.
Yay! Awesome. Okay, so I like that a lot.
Once we got to the beach, we sat down and meditated for like 3 minutes too.
You're speaking my language. You sat there and meditated. Oh. Did that feel good?
Yeah.
The sound of the ocean, the sand in between your toes, the smell of the sea.
I could smell it from a couple of blocks away. I could smell the ocean.
Yes, I love that. Thank you. Keep doing more of that. Let's do more of that. So what about you, Zara? You believe that this is Miss Busybody here. From a physical standpoint, do you think getting up and moving is important for your health, your mental state? Yeah? Do you like to run up and down outside and play with your friends?
No, absolutely not. One day I didn't spend 4 hours outside just running back and forth at a block.
Of course not.
Yeah, no, I never would do that ever.
So that's sarcasm over here because Zara loves to play, loves to run up and down, ride her scooter and bicycle and you name it. Andrew and them have, what's that thing they strung up this obstacle thing on the trees and you can swing like a monkey and a trampoline in the backyard. So lots of activity around here. So girls, definitely keep it up. Very, very important for our health, our strength, and our wealth. And thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Shauna Simone Yoga is a Life Hack. Just understanding how important affirmations are, setting that subliminal message for the day, for the week, for the month. You could use this to set goals and help uplift our spirit. We'll see you next time on Shauna Simone Yoga. Namaste. Mwah.